Outside of this one church town, there's a gold to a whole lot of nothing. Got a deed to the land, but it ain't my ground. This is God's country. We pray for rain, thank Him when it's falling, 'cause it brings a grain and a little bit of money. We put it back in the place. Hello, Jerry. Thank you for looking in. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to share a few thoughts here in just a moment, allow a couple more people to come on board, and I'll be sharing a few thoughts. So thank you again for joining me. All right, got a couple more people coming on. Just going to wait a few minutes, allow a couple more people to join me, and I'm going to share a couple of thoughts with you all on this day. So thank you again. Thank you for your patience. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Have a couple more people on. Myra, thank you for watching. Jerry, Sue, Marshall, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to get started in just a minute, and I have a statement I'm going to be sharing with you all in reference to the things that we see going on in our nation. So if you would just be patient, allow a couple more people to join us here, and I'll be sharing some thoughts with you all. So thank you again for watching, and thank you for your patience. It's my time, lay me 6 feet deep in God's country. Sunrise sitting back in 40 on the bloody riverside, getting baptized in holy water and shine. Feel free to share this broadcast as well. So feel free to share it. For those that may have people that are not on Facebook anymore, feel free to let them know they can follow me on YouTube as well at Dr. Tim Wesley. They can follow me there as well. So thank you. Yesterday I shared some thoughts on a few things that's taken place in our nation, and today I'll be sharing some thoughts based on the aftermath of what has taken place and much more. So I'll just be sharing my thoughts with you all. So again, I'm going to wait just another moment, allow a couple more people to join us, and then we will continue. But again, if you know anyone that is not on Facebook and they would like to follow me, they can do so at Dr. Wesley on YouTube. You all can do the same thing. Feel free to follow me. I'm actually going live on my YouTube channel as we speak simultaneously. So both here on Facebook and YouTube, I'm going live both locations. So again, that's at Dr. Tim Wesley on YouTube. You can find me there. Priscilla, Justin, thank you all for watching. Thank you for watching. So looks like we have a few people on here. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Feel free again to share this. I would be remiss not to speak on what took place yesterday in Washington. Like millions of people around the nation, I was greatly concerned about what I saw take place yesterday, and I received my share of phone calls, and I had my share of conversations with people on yesterday discussing what took place prior to the incidents in our nation's capital and just the meetings that were there. And so, like, again, millions of people across the nation, I was greatly concerned. And each of us, as I mentioned before, we should be concerned about what's taking place in our nation today, not just what took place yesterday, but what's taking place in general. We should be greatly concerned. And I'll share my thoughts, my sentiments about the actions that took place yesterday. And just in a nutshell, I want to make a statement, and that's what I'll be doing in this moment. I have your ear, your eyes, and your attention. And so on yesterday, our nation experienced another dark moment, which will be written in the annals of history. I don't condone any illegal, destructive, or violent acts which took place in our nation's capital. It's obvious that we're at a tipping point in America, and we have been for years. Unfortunately, we have witnessed some peaceful protests turn into violent clashes many times over the years. Often it can be accredited to a few bad actors with alternative agendas and ways that they want to be heard. This leads to larger groups being blamed as a whole for the acts and the choices of a few. Regardless of the political party, today I reach out to you through this statement to caution you. Regardless, again, of your political party, I want to caution you to be careful not to paint an entire group of people with one wide brush due to the action and behaviors of a few. It's not fair for me, as an example, to call all Democrats destructive business burners, looters, rioters, murderers, etc., due to the action of a few during a protest. Likewise, it's not fair for others to call all Republicans racists, terrorists, lawbreakers, etc., due to the actions and behaviors of a few. There were, at minimum, over 70 million votes cast for Donald J. Trump for re-election as President of the United States. On yesterday, countless people took to the streets of Washington, D.C. in support of President Donald J. Trump to express disappointment and disagreement with results and concern about the election procedures. Such protests, as we know, they're ageless and would undoubtedly continue for years to come, as long as we remain a free, constitutional republic. One of the greatest ways to control the masses is to keep them divided. Divided by race, divided by religion, divided by education, social status, political affiliation, gender, etc. Sure, we're going to have some disagreements, but they should not bring out the worst in us. Instead, our disagreements should bring out the best in us. Our founding fathers penned our U.S. Constitution and other founding documents with this in mind. As a nation, I challenge us to look at the principles of freedom in such documents, which made us the great nation we are today. As well, look to the principles of God's holy word as a beacon of light to guide us through such difficult times. Let us as a nation, let us as a nation look to the words of God. Let us look to his words, such as faith without works is dead. And let us maintain faith while putting in work to ensure we have a stronger and better America for the next generation, regardless of your political leanings. Let us hold those that we elect accountable on both sides of the aisle, reminding them that we elected them to represent us, not to rule over us. In doing so, let us prepare to remove them in a fair and honest way when they're not representing us, we the people, as we elected them to do. At this time, we must look and say, what are we going to do at this crossroads? What decisions will we make? At this time, let us not be naive to believe that our election systems are not beyond compromise. In acknowledging that they are, we're better enabled and suited to right the wrongs and ensure a stronger tomorrow for our children, our children's children, and so on. Instead of looking to see which side possessed the greatest wrong, let us as Americans simply call wrong, wrong, regardless of who the offender may be. The world is watching. Our nation is watching. The next generation is watching. More importantly, God is watching. How will you respond? I want to remind you of the words of Matthew in chapter 12, verse 25, whereby it says, every kingdom divided against itself will be brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. Let us make the choice today to stand. Stand for what's right, what's just, what's fair, and what's holy. Pray for self, pray for your neighbors, your family, your friends, leaders, and our nation as a whole. Once again, my name is Dr. Tim Wesley. May God bless Texas, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you for watching. God bless you.